Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DreamWave English. I am Emily, your host for today. If you are new here, I would like to tell you that we upload a new English learning video every day on our channel to help you improve your English faster. Have you ever listened to native English speakers talk and felt like they were speaking a completely different language? You understand each word, but somehow the meaning slips away. The rhythm, the speed, the way they blend words together, it all feels like a blur. You're not alone. Every English learner goes through this moment. But today, we're gonna fix that. Welcome to Mind Pop English, where we turn everyday English into something clear, real, and easy to understand. In this video, we're diving deep into American English conversations for daily life. The kind of English people actually use when they're grabbing coffee, chatting with friends, or talking at work. But first, let me ask you something. When you hear Americans say things like, "Hey, what's up? You good?" Or, "I gotta head out," do you know exactly what they mean? Or do you sometimes freeze for a second, trying to translate it word by word? That small pause, that's what keeps most learners from sounding natural, because native speakers don't speak in textbook English. They speak in rhythm, emotion, and connection. And today, I'll help you step right into that world. Imagine you walk into a coffee shop in New York. The barista smiles and says, "Hey, how's it going?" Now, most learners might respond, "I'm fine, thank you." "And you?" Which sounds polite, but a little too formal for daily American English. Instead, you could say, "Good, thanks. How about you?" Or even, "Pretty good, thanks for asking." It's small, but it makes a big difference. That's the kind of natural, confident English we'll practice together. In this first part, we'll start with simple real-life situations, conversations that happen every single day in the US. You'll hear natural expressions, learn how to respond like a native, and understand what Americans really mean when they speak fast. Let's start with a short conversation. Listen carefully. A. "Hey, what's up?" B. "Not much, just chillin'. You?" A. "Same. Just finished work." Now let's break it down. When someone says, "What's up?" they're not really asking you to explain your life. It's just a friendly greeting like, "How are you?" but more casual. Not much means nothing special, or "I'm just relaxing." And just chillin' means you're taking it easy, maybe resting or watching something. If you answer, "Same, just finished work," that means you're saying your situation is similar. Nothing big, just done for the day. This kind of mini conversation happens hundreds of times a day in American life. It's short, casual, and quick, but full of connection. Now, let's listen again, this time with rhythm. A. "Hey, what's up?" B. "Not much, just chillin'. You?" A. "Same, just finished work." Notice how smooth and relaxed it sounds. Native speakers link their words together. They don't say, "What is up?" They say, "What's up?" They don't say just chilling. They say just chillin'. And that's not lazy English, it's natural spoken rhythm. If you want to sound native, you must hear it, feel it, and practice it that way. Let's take another example meeting someone new. A, hi, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you. B, hey, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you too. Pretty basic, right? But in American English, the tone matters more than the words. If you say it with warmth and confidence, it sounds natural. If you sound robotic or too formal, it feels distant. Try saying it out loud right now. Hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you. Now smile as you say it. See how different it feels? That's how Americans communicate through tone, not just grammar. Now imagine the conversation continues. A, so, what do you do? B, I'm a teacher. How about you? I work in marketing. B, oh, cool. Where at? A, downtown. It's a small company, but I like it. Here, notice a few key points. What do you do means, what's your job? How about you is a friendly way to return the question. Where at is informal, but totally natural in conversation. And the phrase, it's a small company, but I like it, shows natural speech rhythm, a small, personal response that sounds human and real. Now, let's make it more advanced. Americans often shorten words and mix phrases together. Instead of what do you do, you'll often hear what I do. Instead of how about you, you might hear how about you. And it's a small company becomes it's a small company. At first, it might sound strange, but that's exactly how English lives and breathes in daily life. Learning these patterns helps you not only understand natives, but also speak more naturally, like part of the conversation, not an outsider listening in. Let's pause for a second. Think about your last English conversation. Did you try to speak perfectly, thinking about every grammar rule, and then feel nervous or slow? That's okay. Most learners do. But in real life, native speakers don't care about perfect grammar. They care about flow, tone, and connection. So here's your goal for today. Focus less on sounding perfect and more on sounding natural. Repeat these short dialogues out loud. Don't just read them, perform them. Feel the energy behind each line. Because when you speak English with rhythm, confidence, and emotion, you don't just learn the language, you live it. In the next part, we'll dive into how Americans really speak when they talk about their daily routines, from mornings to evenings, including those little phrases and expressions that never appear in textbooks but make you sound like a native. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Let's keep going. In part 1, and we talked about how Americans greet each other and how real life Conversations sound smooth, short, and full of rhythm. Now let's step into another part of daily life, talking about your routine. Think about this. Every day we wake up, get ready, go to work or school, and talk about our plans. These small daily conversations are what make your English sound alive. But most learners memorize long sentences from textbooks, and that's not how Americans really talk. Let's start with something simple, talking about your morning. Imagine your friend asks, A, what time do you usually get up? B, around 7, I guess. A, oh, that's early. B, yeah, I like to start my day with coffee. Can't live without it. Now, this looks easy, but let's notice the natural flow. Americans often add small filler words, like, I guess, yeah, or you know. They make the conversation sound relaxed, not robotic. And when B says, can't live without it, that's an expression. It means, I really love it, or I need it. You can use it for anything you really like. I can't live without my phone. I can't live without music. I can't live without coffee. Now let's make it sound more natural. Instead of saying, I like coffee very much, which is technically correct but too formal, you can say, I love coffee, or I'm obsessed with coffee. Even better, I can't start my day without coffee. That's the difference between sounding like a student and sounding like a native speaker. Now imagine you're describing your full morning routine. Let's listen. A, so what's your morning like? B, I wake up around 7, check my phone, then take a shower. After that, I make some coffee and maybe some toast. A, sounds nice. Do you eat breakfast every day? B, not always. Sometimes I just grab something on the way. Grab something on the way. That's a very common American phrase. It means you eat or buy something quickly while you're going somewhere. Like picking up a sandwich on your way to work. Let's say it again. I just grabbed something on the way. Try repeating it naturally, as if you're talking to a friend. Now, if you listen carefully to Americans, you'll notice they often drop words that are not essential. Instead of saying, I do not eat breakfast every day, they say, I don't eat breakfast every day. And even more naturally, don't always eat breakfast. They skip the subject sometimes because it's understood in context. Let's practice another conversation. This one's about getting to work. A, how do you get to work? B, I drive most days. Sometimes I take the train if traffic's bad. A, yeah, traffic can be a nightmare. B, tell me about it. Yesterday it took me an hour just to get downtown. Here, notice the expression, tell me about it. It doesn't literally mean explain it to me. It means I completely agree with you, or I know exactly what you mean. It's a fun, casual way to show empathy in a conversation. Let's look at another one. Traffic can be a nightmare. It means Traffic can be really bad. In American English, we often use dramatic words like nightmare, crazy, or insane to describe everyday situations like, "This week's been insane," meaning it's been really busy. "That movie was crazy good," meaning it was amazing. "My boss is driving me crazy," meaning he's stressing me out. So when you hear those, don't take them literally. They're emotional expressions. They add color and rhythm to how Americans speak. Now let's move into lunchtime conversations. Imagine you're at work and your colleague asks, A, "Hey, wanna grab lunch?" B, "Sure, where to?" A, "How about that new place downtown?" B, "Sounds good. I'm starving." Let's break that down. Wanna means want to. It's used constantly in casual speech. Wanna go? Wanna try? Wanna see? And I'm starving doesn't literally mean you're dying of hunger. It just means you're really hungry. These small expressions, wanna, gonna, gotta, kinda, sorta, are the heartbeat of spoken American English. Gonna equals going to, gotta equals have to, kinda equals kind of, sorta equals sort of. When you learn to hear and use these naturally, your listening and speaking skills transform. It's not slang, it's everyday rhythm. Now, imagine after lunch, you're chatting again. A, "That was good." B, "Yeah, I'm so full." A, "Same here. I need a nap." B, "Tell me about it." You see how "tell me about it" comes back again? It's perfect for moments of agreement or shared feelings. And "I need a nap" is a casual way to say you're sleepy. Americans love using short, expressive phrases like that. Now let's talk about afternoons and after work. A, "What do you usually do after work?" B, "Depends. Sometimes I hit the gym. Sometimes I just go straight home." A, "Nice. Do you cook or eat out?" B, "I usually order in. Too tired to cook." There are 3 important phrases here. Depends. It means it depends on the situation. Hit the gym. It means go to the gym. Order in. It means order food delivery. Let's practice them. I usually hit the gym after work. I usually order in. It depends. Each one is short and real. The kind of thing you'd hear in any American conversation. Now, one more quick dialogue before we wrap up part 2. A, "How was your day?" B, "Pretty good, can't complain." Yours? A, "Not bad. Just another busy day." B, "Yeah, same here. Pretty good, can't complain." That's a very natural American way to say you're fine without being too formal. Not bad means okay or fine. Just another busy day? That's a very typical response people use when talking about work or school. Try repeating the whole conversation out loud and listen to your rhythm. Don't stress every word. Let it flow. Native speakers glide through sentences like music, connecting words, and using tone to express emotion. If you practice these small conversations every day about your mornings, your lunch, your evenings, your English will stop sounding like a school exercise. It will start sounding real. In the next part, we'll explore American social conversations, how people talk casually with friends, share opinions, and react naturally in everyday situations. You'll learn how to sound confident, friendly, and native even if English isn't your first language. Keep going, you're doing great. Now that you've practiced conversations about daily routines, it's time to step into one of the most important parts of real English social conversations. These are the moments that make English come alive. Chatting with friends, reacting naturally, showing emotions, and keeping conversations flowing. When learners first speak English, they often focus only on vocabulary and grammar. But real connection happens when you know how to sound natural, how to respond quickly, how to show interest, and how to keep a friendly tone. So in this part, we'll learn exactly how Americans talk in casual social settings. Let's start with a simple scene. You meet a friend on the weekend. A, hey, long time no see. How have you been? B, hey, I've been good. Just busy with work. You? A, same here. Can't believe how fast this week went. Now let's pause. Long time no see. That's a common and friendly phrase. It's informal, and you can use it whenever you meet someone you haven't seen in a while. How have you been? Means, how have you been doing? But said naturally and quickly. And can't believe how fast this week went? That's a natural reaction. Americans often use small talk like this to build connection before getting into any real topic. Let's listen again with the natural flow. A, hey, long time no see. How have you been? B, I've been good, just busy with work. You? A, same here. Can't believe how fast this week went. You hear how relaxed it sounds? The secret is in the tone. It's friendly, light, and effortless. Now imagine the conversation continues. A, so what have you been up to lately? B, not much. Just working, hanging out with friends, you know. Ah, yeah, same old, same old. Same old is a perfect example of a phrase that makes you sound native. It means nothing new or just the usual. It's a casual, friendly way to say your life is pretty normal right now. Here's another common exchange. A, how was your weekend? B, pretty good. Just relaxed at home and watched some shows. A, nice. Anything good? B, yeah, I started this new series on Netflix. It's really good, totally hooked. Let's unpack that. Pretty good. This is one of the most common, natural ways to say good. Relaxed at home means you stayed home and took it easy. And Totally hooked means you're addicted to it or really love it. You can use hooked for anything you can't stop doing. I'm hooked on that show. I'm hooked on coffee. I'm hooked on your videos. Now, let's look at how Americans react in conversation. If someone tells you something exciting, surprising, or funny, how do you respond? Here are a few natural reactions. No way. For surprise or disbelief. You're kidding. For something funny or shocking. That's awesome. For something great. That's crazy. For something surprising. Seriously? When you're surprised or can't believe it, let's put these into a short scene. A. Guess what? I got a new job. B. No way. That's awesome. Where? A. Downtown. At a marketing firm. B. That's amazing. Congrats. That short conversation feels natural because it's full of energy. Americans use emotion words to show connection. If you just said, "Oh, good for you," it sounds polite but distant. But "no way, that's awesome," feels real and warm. Now let's imagine a conversation where something bad happens. A. Ugh, my car broke down again this morning. B. Oh no, that sucks. What happened? A. I don't even know. It just wouldn't start. B. Man, that's the worst. Hope it's nothing serious. Here we see some very natural phrases. That sucks. A casual way to show sympathy. That's the worst. Another way to show empathy. Man. Used to add emotion or emphasis. These aren't formal phrases, but they make your speech sound like you belong in the conversation. Let's look at another example. A. Hey, you doing anything this weekend? B. Not really. Why? A. Thinking of going hiking. Wanna come? B. Sure, sounds fun. What time? A. Maybe around 9. B. Perfect. I'm in. Here, pay attention to wanna come and I'm in. Wanna come means do you want to come? Totally natural and friendly. I'm in means I'll join or count me in. These short, quick phrases make your English sound fluent and spontaneous. Now, sometimes social conversations aren't about what you say, they're about how you keep them going. In American English, we use conversation signals. Short words that show you're listening and engaged. Here are some. Yeah, right, totally, exactly. I know, right? For sure. You'll hear these constantly in natural speech. They keep the flow going and show the other person you're following along. For example, A. I can't believe how cold it's been this week. B. I know, right? It's freezing. A. Seriously, I'm so ready for summer. B. Totally. This kind of conversation feels real because of tone and rhythm, not vocabulary. You don't need complicated words to sound fluent. You need natural responses. Now let's practice one more scene at a friend's house. A. Hey, you want something to drink? B. Sure, What do you have? A. Water, soda, juice, take your pick. B. I'll take some juice, thanks. A. Coming right up. Simple, right? But notice, take your pick. It means choose what you like. And coming right up means I'll bring it right away. You'll hear these in real American homes, restaurants, or cafes all the time. Now let's try a short goodbye conversation. A. Anyway, I should probably get going. B. Yeah, me too. It's getting late. A. Let's catch up soon. B. Definitely. Take care. Catch up means meet again and talk. And take care is one of the most common friendly ways to end a conversation. Before we wrap up this part, here's something important. When Americans talk, they don't just exchange words, they exchange energy. They listen, react, laugh, and respond emotionally. If you copy that energy, your English will sound natural. Not because your grammar is perfect, but because your tone feels human. So next time you watch a movie or a podcast, don't just focus on what people say. Listen to how they say it. The rhythm, the pauses, the laughter. That's where real fluency lives. In the next part, we'll explore how to sound natural when expressing your opinions and feelings, how to agree, disagree, or give your thoughts in real American conversations without sounding awkward. You'll learn the small, powerful words that make your English flow like a native speaker's. In the last part, we explored how Americans chat casually with friends, how they greet, react, and keep conversations flowing naturally. Now let's move one step deeper. How to express your opinions and feelings like a native speaker. This is one of the hardest skills for English learners. You might know the grammar, you might know the vocabulary, but when it comes to giving your thoughts, you freeze. You start translating in your head, or you say something that sounds too formal or too stiff. Don't worry. After this part, you'll be able to share your ideas and feelings in a way that sounds natural, confident, and authentic, just like real Americans do. Let's start simple. Imagine you're talking to a friend about a new movie. A. Have you seen that new movie everyone's talking about? B. Yeah, I watched it last night. A. Really? How was it? B. It was pretty good, actually. Not amazing, but I liked it. Now, notice how natural that sounds? B doesn't say, it was very good. I enjoyed it. That's grammatically fine, but too formal for a casual chat. Instead, native speakers use softeners words like pretty, kinda, sort of, actually, I guess, to make opinions sound more conversational. Here are some examples. It's pretty good means it's good but less direct. It's kind of boring. Softer than it's boring. It's actually really nice adds surprise or honesty. I guess it's okay. Sounds unsure but polite. These words make your English sound real because in real life, people rarely speak in full, clear, perfect sentences. They use tone, hesitation, and small filler words to sound natural. Now, let's look at how Americans agree or disagree politely. If someone says something you agree with, you can respond in many ways, not just yes. Here are some natural ones. Yeah, totally. Exactly. I know, right? For sure. Absolutely. That's so true. And when you don't fully agree, you can disagree softly without sounding rude. I'm not sure about that. Maybe, but I think I kind of see it differently. That's one way to look at it. I get your point, but here's an example of both in action. A. I think learning English is easy if you practice every day. B. Yeah, that's true, but it depends on how you practice. See how polite and balanced that sounds? You're not rejecting the idea, you're adding your own thought. That's how Americans keep conversations respectful and engaging. Now, let's move into expressing emotions. Happiness, frustration, excitement, surprise. Because in daily conversations, people don't just exchange facts. They share feelings. Let's start with positive reactions. That's awesome. That's amazing. I love that. So cool. Good for you. That's great news. Example. A. I finally got my driver's license. B. That's awesome. Congrats. Short, warm, and full of energy. Now for negative emotions, here are some common ways to express sympathy or frustration. That sucks. That's rough. Oh no, that's terrible. Man, that's tough. I'm sorry to hear that. Example. A. I lost my wallet yesterday. B. Oh no, that sucks. Did you find it? These phrases sound real, not too emotional, not too cold. They show empathy, which is a key part of American-style communication. Now, let's talk about giving opinions in daily topics. Imagine you're chatting about food, travel, or weather. A. Do you like spicy food? B. Kinda. Depends on how spicy. I can handle a little heat, but not too much. Here, kinda means kind of. Depends means it depends on the situation. And I can handle a little heat means I can tolerate a little spiciness. Let's do another one. A. What do you think about New York? B. It's amazing, but it's also crazy busy. Great place to visit. Not sure I'd want to live there. That's a perfect example of a natural opinion. It's balanced, emotional, and conversational, just how Americans talk. Notice the rhythm. Short sentences, pauses, contrasts. Now let's look at expressing surprise or disbelief, another big part of daily speech. Here are some typical reactions. No way. You're kidding. Are you serious? Get out of here. Very informal means, really? That's insane. I can't believe that. Example. A. Did you know Mark moved to Japan last month? B. No way. Seriously, that's crazy? 3 quick emotional reactions, simple but strong. Americans love using short bursts of emotion to sound real and friendly. Let's shift to sharing personal preferences, how to say what you like or don't like in a natural way. Instead of saying, I like it or I don't like it, try. I'm into it means you enjoy it. I'm not really into that means you don't enjoy it much. It's not my thing. Polite way to say you're not interested. I'm kind of obsessed with it means you really love it. Example, do you like podcasts? B, oh yeah, I'm really into them. I listen every morning. Or another, A, want to go hiking this weekend? B, hiking's not really my thing. I'd rather just chill at home. See how these sound casual and friendly, not rude or too direct. Now, here's something many learners forget. In English conversations, how you say something often matters more than what you say. Tone, pace, and facial expression carry meaning. If you say that's great with a flat tone, it sounds uninterested. If you say it with a smile and energy, that's great. It sounds genuine. Practice this next time you speak. Record yourself if you can. Compare your tone to how native speakers sound in movies or podcasts. You'll start to hear where the rhythm changes, when to go up, when to relax, when to pause. Now let's practice one longer scene of friendly debate between two people. A, I think working from home is better than going to the office. B, really? I don't know. I kind of prefer being in the office. A, why's that? B, well, I like seeing people. It helps me stay focused. A, I get that, but I love the flexibility at home. B, yeah, that's true. I guess both have pros and cons. This short dialogue shows everything we've learned. Opinions, polite disagreement, balance, and natural phrases like, I get that, I guess, pros and cons. That's how real American English feels simple, thoughtful, and natural. Let's end this part with a quick reminder. Fluent English doesn't mean using big words. It means using real words in real ways with emotion, rhythm, and confidence. Your goal isn't to sound perfect. Your goal is to sound human. In the next part, we'll explore how Americans use expressions and idioms in daily life, the secret language that makes conversations sound colorful, funny, and truly native. You'll learn what phrases like break the ice, hang in there, or beat around the bush really mean, and how to use them naturally. Now, let's move to one of the most important parts of your English journey, confidence. Many learners understand a lot of words and grammar rules, but when it comes to speaking, they freeze. Their mind goes blank, their tongue feels heavy, and they can't say what they want. Does that sound familiar? Don't worry, you are not alone. This is one of the most common challenges English learners face. But today, I'll show you how to overcome it, step by step. First, let's understand the real reason behind this fear. it's not because your English is bad. It's because your brain is afraid of mistakes. You're worried about what people might think if you say something wrong. But here's the truth. Even native speakers make mistakes all the time. The difference is they don't care, they just keep talking. That's what you should do too. The goal is not to speak perfectly. The goal is to communicate clearly. So, what can you do to build confidence in real conversations? The first tip, speak before you're ready. Don't wait until your English is good enough. That day may never come if you keep waiting. Instead, start speaking now with the English you already have. Talk to yourself. Describe your day. Practice speaking out loud while cooking, cleaning, or walking. For example, you can say, I'm making breakfast. I need 2 eggs and a cup of coffee. Or, this simple daily narration helps your brain get comfortable forming English sentences quickly and naturally. The second tip, think in English. When you think in your native language first and then translate, you lose time and confidence. So instead of thinking, I want coffee, and then translating, think directly in English. I want coffee. Start small. Practice with simple thoughts, then move to longer sentences as it becomes easier. The third tip, use conversation shadowing. This is a technique where you listen to native speakers and repeat what they say in real time. You can find short clips of Americans talking on YouTube or in movies and try to copy not only their words, but also their rhythm and tone. For example, if you hear, "Hey, what's up? How's your day going?" Try repeating it exactly with the same energy. Shadowing helps you sound more natural and builds muscle memory for pronunciation. Now, let's try a mini practice together. I'll say a few short American English phrases, and I want you to repeat them after me. Ready? I got it. No worries. That sounds good. Let's do it. Can you give me a hand? These are simple, but they're what Americans use in daily life at work, with friends, or in casual conversations. When you practice repeating real-life expressions like these, your speaking becomes smoother and you stop overthinking grammar. Another key to confidence is listening more. The more you hear real English, the more your brain recognizes common patterns. That's why listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, or real conversations is powerful. Over time, you'll start to understand naturally without translating word by word. You'll recognize phrases instantly like, "Do you want to grab something to eat? Sounds good. Let me know when you're free." These are not just random words. They are living parts of daily American English. Now let's talk about body language and tone, because communication is not only about words. When Americans speak, they use facial expressions, hand gestures, and friendly tones. For example, when someone says, "Hey, how's it going?" they smile. If you reply with a smile and say, "Pretty good, how about you?" you instantly sound more confident and natural. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, your energy, and attitude make the conversation feel real and friendly. Let me give you a short, real-life dialogue to practice confidence. A. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? B. I've been good, just busy with work. How about you? A. Same here. It's been crazy lately. B. Yeah, tell me about it. See how natural that sounds? It's not about complicated vocabulary. It's about rhythm, emotion, and connection. Here's your quick challenge. Record yourself saying that conversation. Listen to your voice. Notice your pronunciation, your tone, your flow. Don't worry about perfection. Just notice where you can sound smoother. Then, repeat again and again. You'll be surprised how much progress you'll make in just a few days. And here's a secret. When you sound confident, people treat you like a fluent speaker. Even if your English isn't perfect yet, confidence makes your English stronger. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. So remember, speak before you're ready. Think in English. Shadow native speakers. Listen daily. Use positive body language. Every small effort adds up. And soon, you won't just study English, you'll live it. You'll feel proud of how naturally the words come out of your mouth. In the next part, we'll explore how to make your conversations more expressive and emotional, just like native speakers do in real life. We'll talk about how to use tone, emphasis, and small details to make your English sound alive and interesting. Let's keep going. You're doing amazing. Now that you've started building confidence, it's time to take your English to the next level to make it sound alive. Because speaking English fluently isn't only about grammar or vocabulary. It's about rhythm, emotion, and natural flow. It's about how you say things, not just what you say. This is what separates learners from native speakers. Let's start with something simple. Intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. In American English, intonation carries emotion. When you say something flatly, it sounds robotic. But when you use natural ups and downs, it sounds warm and engaging. For example, flat, I'm happy to see you. Natural, I'm happy to see you. Did you hear the difference? In the second version, your voice rises on happy. It sounds real, alive, and human. Americans use this kind of intonation all the time to show excitement, surprise, curiosity, or even sarcasm. Here's another example. Flat, really? Natural, really? Your voice goes up. Or sometimes, really, your voice goes down. The meaning changes depending on your tone. The first one means curiosity or surprise. The second means disbelief or sarcasm. That's why tone is powerful. It changes the emotion behind your words. Next, let's talk about connected speech. How native speakers link their words together. In American English, people don't pronounce every word separately. They connect sounds to speak smoothly. For example, what are you doing becomes what ya doing. Did you eat becomes jeet. I don't know becomes I don't know. These reductions aren't lazy. They're natural. They make your speech flow like real American English. Let's practice a few. Say them slowly first, then naturally. What are you up to? What you up to? How did you do that? How'd you do that? I want to go. I want to go. Going to, gonna. Now, here's a short, realistic conversation using those expressions. A, hey, what are you up to tonight? B, not much. I'm gonna grab dinner with some friends. You? A, sounds good. I might join if that's cool. B, yeah, sure. Text me when you're on your way. Notice how natural and relaxed it sounds? This is how Americans actually talk with contractions, reductions, and a friendly rhythm. Now, let's focus on emotional expression. When native speakers talk, they don't just use words, they use emotion. For example, when they're excited, that's amazing. When they're surprised, no way. When they're disappointed, oh man. When they're happy, awesome. Or, that's so cool. These short reactions make your speech lively and authentic. So instead of just saying good, try saying that's great or that's awesome. It instantly makes you sound more like a native speaker. Let's do a quick role play. Imagine your friend tells you they got a new job. How would you respond? You could say, that's nice, which sounds polite but flat. Or you could say, wow, that's amazing. Congrats. Now it sounds genuine and enthusiastic. That's how real Americans respond. Next, let's talk about pauses and pacing. Many learners think they need to speak fast to sound fluent, but that's not true. In fact, speaking too fast can make you sound nervous or unclear. Native speakers actually pause to think, to emphasize, or to connect emotionally. So don't rush. Speak with purpose. Pause where it feels natural. For example, I really wanted to tell you, thank you. Honestly, that was one of the best days of my life. See? The pause adds emotion and makes your words more powerful. Another trick, emphasize key words. If you say, I didn't say he stole the money, depending on which word you stress, the meaning changes. I didn't say he stole the money, someone else did. I didn't say he stole the money, I never said it. I didn't say he stole the money. Maybe someone else did. So emphasis is not just sound, it's meaning. Now, let's put it all together in a small daily conversation. A, hey, you look great today. B, thanks. I finally got some sleep. A, lucky you. I was up all night finishing a project. B, oh no, that sounds rough. You need some coffee? A, definitely. I'm gonna grab one right now. Listen to the tone, rhythm, and expressions here. It's not fancy grammar, it's real, friendly communication. So, here's your next practice challenge. Pick a short English clip from a TV show or YouTube video. Listen carefully and imitate the speaker's rhythm, tone, and emotion. Record yourself. Compare your version with the original. Do this every day for 10 minutes. Over time, you'll start to sound more and more like a native speaker. Let's recap the key ideas from this part. Use intonation to express emotion. Practice connected speech for smooth flow. Add natural reactions like, wow, no way, that's awesome. Use pauses and emphasis to sound confident. Listen, imitate, and record yourself regularly. When you start doing these, people will notice. They'll say, wow, your English sounds so natural. And you'll feel proud, knowing it's not just about words, it's about connection. In the next part, we'll go even deeper into real-life American conversations. How to respond naturally, keep a conversation going, and sound confident even when you don't know what to say. This is the part where your English truly starts to flow like a native speaker's. Now that you've learned how to sound natural and expressive, it's time to bring everything together. How to hold a real conversation smoothly, just like a native speaker. This is where your English becomes alive, where you stop studying the language and start living it. Let's start with one of the biggest challenges English learners face. Keeping the conversation going. Many people can answer questions, but they struggle to respond naturally afterward. For example, A, how was your weekend? B, it was good. And then silence. That's not how real conversation works. In American English, people add small comments, reactions, or follow-up questions to keep the conversation alive. Watch this. A, how was your weekend? B, it was good. I went hiking with some friends. What about you? See, it's just one extra sentence, but it changes everything. It shows interest, creates connection, and keeps the rhythm flowing. Here's a simple rule. Answer plus add plus ask. Answer. Respond to the question. Add. Give a short detail or story. Ask. Return a question to the other person. For example, A, do you like cooking? B, yeah, I do. I actually tried a new pasta recipe last night. How about you? This small structure makes you sound friendly, natural, and engaged, just like a native speaker. Now, let's talk about reaction words. Native speakers constantly react while listening. They say things like, yeah, totally. Right, I know. Oh, that's crazy. Really? No way. That's awesome. That's too bad. These short phrases show emotion and keep the energy alive. Without them, a conversation can sound cold or awkward. So, next time you listen to someone speak, try reacting with small phrases like these. Let's look at an example conversation with reactions. A. I stayed up till 2 a.m. finishing my presentation. B. Oh man, that's rough. Did it go well? A. Yeah, it actually went better than I expected. B. Nice. You must feel so relieved. Simple, right? But this kind of exchange is what makes your English sound real. Now, what if you don't understand something in a conversation? Many learners panic or freeze, but native speakers ask for clarification all the time. Here are natural ways to do it. Sorry, what was that? Could you say that again? I didn't catch that. What do you mean? Oh, I'm not sure I understand. These phrases are polite, natural, and very common. Don't be afraid to use them. Communication isn't about knowing everything, it's about staying connected and curious. Another great technique is paraphrasing. When you're not sure what someone means, you can repeat it in your own words to confirm. For example, A. So you're saying the meeting's been moved to Friday? B. Exactly. This not only helps you understand better, but also shows that you're actively listening. Let's also talk about small talk, because Americans use it all the time. It might feel superficial at first, but it's actually how people build trust and comfort before deeper conversation. You'll often hear small talk about the weather, plans, work, or general mood. Here are a few examples. Nice day, isn't it? It's been crazy busy lately. Can you believe how cold it's gotten? I'm so ready for the weekend. And here's how to keep small talk natural. If someone says, I'm so ready for the weekend, don't just say, me too. Add something like, yeah, it's been such a long week. I just want to relax and watch movies. Remember the rhythm. Agree plus add. Now, let's go through a short, realistic dialogue that uses all these techniques, reactions, follow-up questions, small talk, and tone. A. Hey, how's it going? B. Pretty good. Just finished a long day at work. You? A. Same here. I can't wait for the weekend. B. Yeah, me too. Any plans? A. I might go to the beach if the weather's nice. B. That sounds awesome. I haven't been to the beach in months. A. You should come. We're just having a small barbecue with friends. B. Really? That'd be great. Thanks for inviting me. Notice how natural and friendly it sounds, no long sentences, no complicated grammar, just connection. That's what real English conversation is all about. Here's a small practice exercise for you. Choose one short English conversation or podcast clip. Write down every phrase used for reactions or follow-up questions. Practice using them in your own mini dialogues. For example, try saying, I know, right? Exactly. That's so true. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Use them naturally in your daily life, even when you talk to yourself. Now, let's talk about something just as important. Listening with emotion. When you listen to someone, don't only focus on the words. Listen for the feeling. Are they happy? Frustrated? excited? Respond with empathy. That's what native speakers do all the time. For example, A, I've been so stressed lately. B, I'm sorry to hear that. Want to talk about it? Or A, I just got a promotion. B, that's amazing. Congratulations. You don't need big vocabulary, you just need feeling. Let's summarize what we've learned in this part. Keep conversations alive with answer plus add plus ask. Use reaction phrases to show emotion. Ask for clarification naturally. Practice small talk with real topics. Listen with emotion, not just ears. When you combine all these, you'll not only sound fluent, you'll feel fluent. You'll be able to connect with people, make friends, and express yourself naturally in any situation. And remember, fluency isn't a destination, it's a journey. Every conversation you have is one more step towards sounding like a native speaker. In the next and final part, we'll wrap everything up. I'll share how to keep improving your English daily, how to make practice part of your life, and how to stay motivated even when progress feels slow. This is where your English fluency becomes unstoppable. You've made it this far, and that already says something powerful about you. You're not just learning English, you're transforming the way you think, speak, and connect with the world. So in this final part, let's talk about how to keep improving every single day, how to make English a natural part of your life, and how to stay motivated on your journey to true fluency. Let's start with a simple truth. Fluency is not built in a day, but it is built every day. The people who become confident, natural English speakers aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who stay consistent. They practice a little every day. They make English part of their lifestyle, and they enjoy the process. So, how can you do that? Let's build your daily English routine. Step 1. Morning listen and think in English. When you wake up, start your day in English. Don't wait until study time. For example, as soon as you get out of bed, say to yourself, "Good morning. Let's get ready for the day." Talk to yourself while you prepare breakfast. "I'm making coffee. It smells so good. I have a meeting at 9 today." These small sentences help your brain switch into English mode early, naturally. Then, while eating breakfast or commuting, listen to a short English podcast or a video, something from your favorite YouTube channel, maybe even Mind Pop English. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just focus on catching familiar phrases and noticing tone and rhythm. Step 2. Afternoon practice speaking and shadowing. Find 10 to 15 minutes to practice speaking out loud. You can use a mirror or even record yourself. Choose a topic like my favorite place, what I did yesterday, or my dream vacation. Talk freely without worrying about grammar. Just keep your ideas flowing. Then, do shadowing practice, listen to a native speaker, and repeat exactly what they say, matching the tone, rhythm, and emotion. This method helps your pronunciation, listening, and confidence all at once. Step 3. Evening review and reflect. At the end of the day, take 5 minutes to reflect in English. You can write or say, "Today I learned 3 new words. I felt confident when I talked to my coworker in English. I still need to practice pronunciation of the tomorrow." This reflection makes your progress visible. It reminds you that you are improving even when it doesn't feel like it. Now, let's talk about something most learners forget: your environment. If you want to sound like a native, you have to surround yourself with English. Change your phone language to English. Watch your favorite shows with English subtitles. Follow English-speaking creators on YouTube and social media. Let your brain see and hear English everywhere. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be real. Mistakes are not failures, they're steps. Every time you make one, you're learning something new. Even native speakers make mistakes. They just keep going. So instead of saying, "My English is bad," say, "My English is improving every day." Now, let's talk about motivation. There will be days when you feel stuck, tired, or frustrated. That's normal. The key is not to quit. When you feel that way, remind yourself why you started. Maybe you want to travel, work abroad, study in another country, or simply connect with more people. Keep that reason close to your heart. Here's a small exercise. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine yourself 1 year from now. You're having a full conversation with an American, smiling, laughing, and understanding everything. You feel confident, relaxed, and proud. That version of you, that fluent, expressive version, already exists. You're building it 1 word, 1 sentence, 1 conversation at a time. Now, here are 5 powerful habits that will help you keep growing. Speak every day, even if it's just to yourself. Listen, actively focus on rhythm, tone, and meaning. Read a little everyday articles, subtitles, short stories. Record yourself speaking once a week to hear your progress. Surround yourself with English music, movies, people, and thoughts. If you do these consistently, you'll notice something amazing. English won't feel foreign anymore. It will feel like your language. Before we finish, let's do one final mini practice together. A real-life conversation that ties everything we've learned into one. A. Hey, you sound great today. Your English is getting really natural. B. Thanks. I've been practicing a little every day. A. Nice. What's been helping you the most? B. Honestly listening and shadowing. And I've started thinking in English more. It really helps. A. That's awesome. Keep it up. You're definitely on your way to fluency. See? That could be you soon. So, as we wrap up this final part, remember this. English isn't just a language. It's a bridge to more opportunities, more friendships, and more confidence in yourself. You already have what it takes to cross it. All you need to do is keep walking. Every time you speak, every time you listen, every time you push yourself a little more, you're proving something powerful. You can do this. And whenever you need support, inspiration, or practice, and help you speak and understand English like a native with confidence, joy, and heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Because your fluency isn't a dream, it's your future. And it starts today.